Hello and welcome to my channel Making Money and Finance. I have a new video for you today. The hidden advantage of Roth IRA? 5 Roth IRA benefits you must be aware of. Before I begin, I want you to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you are the first to know when we upload a new video. And if you find our video useful, please share it with your friends and family. We are going to discuss 5 reasons why we ought to think about getting a Roth IRA, as well as the reasons why Roth IRAs are the ideal retirement savings vehicle. Therefore, a Roth IRA is an investment vehicle that each and every person ought to use to their advantage. It's essentially a retirement account, but if necessary, you may use it for a lot more than that as well. In this video, we're going to discuss 5 reasons why you should consider opening a Roth IRA for your retirement savings. But before I get into that, let me quickly explain what a Roth IRA is and give you a synopsis of what it entails in its entirety. To begin, let's define a Roth IRA. Now, let's look at those two terms more closely. Simply said, Roth is short for after tax. First, there is the Roth account, and then there is the IRA. Consequently, what does IRA stand for? Represents a savings plan for retirement. Let's pretend, for the sake of argument, that your annual income is $50,000. You have a weekly gross income that is lower than $1,000. You have a weekly spending budget of less than $1,000, yet you have earned a net income. Your contributions to the Roth IRA will come out of the net income you've been bringing in recently. To summarize, a Roth IRA is merely a retirement account in which you can invest various assets using the money from your after-tax income. The question now is, what could such items be? If you have a Roth IRA that you direct yourself, you have a number of options for where you can put your money. Let's simply pretend the Roth IRA is an investment vehicle for the time being, given that we're discussing traditional ones in this context. However, the contents of that investment vehicle are the most important consideration. Let's imagine for a moment that they are different types of stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, and other investments of this kind. The vehicle is what makes it possible for these assets to grow free of taxes and penalties until the investor reaches the age of 59 and a half. Therefore, you have the ability to contribute $6,000 a year into a variety of investments that will be placed within the Roth IRA. You are eligible to contribute an additional $1,000 if you are 50 years old or older, enabling you to make an annual investment of $7,000. Because you have previously paid taxes on the money that went into investing in these items, you are able to withdraw whatever is contained within this vehicle that is included within the Roth IRA tax and penalty free when you reach the age of 59 and a half. The availability of Roth IRAs is one of the many positive aspects of this situation. You can get them pretty much anywhere, but you also have the option of working with an internet broker if you prefer. Let's discuss the top 5 reasons why you might take into account doing so. The first and foremost reason why you should open a Roth IRA is because its earnings can expand without being subject to further taxes. Since your contributions are made after taxes, the earnings on those funds are exempt from taxation while they are held in that vehicle. Similar to what was discussed in the slide before this one. Therefore, whatever you chose to take out of that account, whenever you want to do so, belongs to you. At the age of 59 and a half, you have the option of withdrawing all of your funds simultaneously. Because this is money that you have already paid taxes on, you will not be subject to any penalties if you withdraw the contribution before you are 59 and a half years old. If you wish to avoid paying taxes and penalties on the withdrawal, you can do so. I'll get into that topic in greater depth later on in this video. So, to illustrate just how effective this might be, let me give you a small example. In particular for a person of younger age. Imagine that you have just started this account and have no money in it at all to begin with. Let's say that you are 25-year-old and start your account at $0. If you invest $6,000 each year and make a profit of 7%, which has been a pretty realistic expectation for the market over the course of the past 20, 30, 40, and 50 years, you will have a total of $1.2 million when you are 65 years old. In fact, there are 1,197,811 of them. This is the brilliance of the Roth, right here. If you are subject to a marginal tax rate of 25%, the $1.2 million in question are reduced to merely $770,577. Take a look at that, because it amounts to a difference in savings of around $400,000. Consequently, this was able to grow tax-free once more because it is held in a Roth IRA, and once you reach age 59 and a half, the entire amount will be yours to keep. The third reason why you should think about starting a Roth IRA is because any withdrawals from the account are exempt from both income tax and early withdrawal penalties. You are allowed to withdraw any amount from your retirement account, free from penalties and taxes, at any time, even if you haven't reached age 59 and a half. Let's imagine, for example, that you've been contributing $6,000 annually for the past decade, bringing your total to $60,000 in contributions. If the assets in that vehicle continue to perform well, your contributions may eventually rise to $100,000. You are free to withdraw the $60,000 at any time and put it toward the purchase of a home or the cost of unexpected expenses. At that point, it's practically the same as a hybrid vehicle or a savings account. And it's not just a retirement account, where your money won't be accessible until you're 59 and a half or 62 or whatever age you choose. Even while I wouldn't use it that way, you still need to concentrate on using it as a retirement account, even though this makes your Roth account into a hybrid emergency fund. This is the reason why this is such a powerful strategy. It converts your Roth account into a hybrid emergency fund. Nevertheless, there is some leeway there, which is a desirable quality. So put it to use if it's required. There are a few important qualifications. If this is the case, you should be concerned with the profits part rather than the donations portion. Therefore, you are able to withdraw the earnings before the age of 59 and a half. If the account is less than 5 years old, but doing so will prevent the accrual of fines, nonetheless, taxes will still need to be paid. Therefore, the earnings will be subject to the applicable taxes. If you choose to do this and the account has been open for at least 5 years on the earnings, you can withdraw those funds, and you will escape both of these consequences. Therefore, the account needs to be at least 5 years old before you can access this $100,000 portion. In addition, there are a few restrictions. For instance, the money can only be used for a first-time home purchase, education expenses, or medical expenses related to a disability. There are a lot of exceptions, which I won't go into detail about in this video, but you should be aware that your contributions, such as $60,000, can be withdrawn at any time without incurring a penalty and without being subject to taxes. The absence of a required minimum payout is the fourth compelling argument in favor of opening a Roth IRA, which you should strongly consider doing. Therefore, a great number of people are completely unaware of this. When you reach the age of 78, you are obligated to begin taking minimum withdrawals from your standard individual retirement account, IRA. Because of this, it is necessary for you to begin taking a predetermined amount of money out of your account on an annual basis. The reason for this is due to the fact that the government does not want that money to accumulate to such a large sum until after your death. It is possible that in the end, they will end up providing you a significant tax benefit there. On the other hand, if you have a Roth IRA, you won't have to worry about doing this. If you actually fail to take out these required minimum distributions from the traditional IRA, you run the risk of being subject to an excise tax that is equal to 50% of that money, which is a significant amount. Therefore, if you have a Roth IRA, you can retain your money there even after your death without incurring any penalties. Suppose for the sake of argument that you make it to the age of 100. This provides you a large amount of time to compound that money, and then you can very easily pass it on to your successors through a Roth if you choose to. You can really compound it for all those years, which is basically the beauty of this situation. If you take your example of that $1.2 million that we discussed before and grow it from 25 to 65, you can compound that for all those years. Therefore, the fifth strategy is the future tax hedge. Given the current state of politics in the United States, it is possible that tax rates will be raised at some point in the future. However, this is not a certainty. Take for instance that you will be 25 years old in the year 2022. Since nobody knows what the future holds for the country, it is possible that by the time you are 65 years old, the tax rate would be 99%. Nobody is aware of it. The benefit of the Roth IRA is that you don't need to worry about paying taxes in the future because it acts as a tax shelter. Without any deductions for taxes, that sum of money is still entirely yours. It should come as no surprise that the government can alter laws, policies, and other such things. If you're in a standard individual retirement account, IRA, or a 401k, and you want to take withdrawals, you're going to get slammed with an insane amount of taxes. What do? The additional advantage of a Roth IRA is that the money you invest remains yours, and it can be used as a tax hedge for the future if necessary. Therefore, it is irrelevant even if there are no changes made to taxes in the future, or even if there are reductions made to taxes in the future, because that money is still yours with a tax rate of 0%. To summarize everything and bring my thoughts to a conclusion, the fact that the Roth IRA is a hybrid account is essentially the highlight of the account in general, the reason why you should think about getting one, and the reason why you should promote it to a lot of others. Therefore, the answer is yes, it is a personal retirement account, and that is the purpose for which it was created. And for that purpose, you ought to put it to use. However, this is an excellent method for establishing a combination savings and retirement account for unexpected expenses. The Roth IRA is an excellent option to build a sort of hybrid account, and it is highly recommended that you do so if you haven't prohibited yourself from accessing that money in the event of an emergency, or if you want to utilize it for the purchase of your first house. The second benefit is that you are compelled to take the long view of the situation. If you look at all of the calculations and the compounding and the beauty of that tax-free growth, it almost forces you to become a disciplined investor. This is in contrast to the practice of simply picking individual growth stocks, which involves looking at it every single day and refreshing your Robinhood and all of that. Because of this, you will have no choice but to put your money into reliable investments like blue chips and watch it increase over time tax-free. And last but not least, if you still intend to, you can open a Roth IRA. You are able to do it with a wide variety of available investment platforms online. I hope you got value out of this video. As always, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button with the bell to receive notifications. Please share it with a friend, if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.